soldiers, warriors, men and women of the Washington National Guard. Awe-inspiring, unbelievably amazing seeing the entire Washington Army National Guard running in formation. At this time, Brigadier General Dent will come up and address the formation. At the sounding of the bugle, the Washington Army National Guard will come to attention. Sound attention! Ladies and gentlemen, the Commanding General of the Washington Army National Guard, Brigadier General Dent.
At ease. Soldiers of the Washington Army National Guard, we rally together here today on this ground, standing shoulder to shoulder with our brothers and sisters in arms to remember our fallen heroes, recommit ourselves to being soldier first, driven by the Big Six, and to strengthen the foundation of this formation from which we will draw power from in the coming months and years. You come from every corner of the state and nearly every profession to join together with a common purpose, to train, deploy, serve, fight, and win for our state and nation. All of the great things the Army strives for in winning units are found in the hearts and minds of the brave men and women on this field. Integrity, units that do what you say you're going to do. Trust in your buddies left and right. These breed loyalty, not to an individual, but to the organization, to the oath that you swore to God to uphold, to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. These come together to build pride, perhaps the most powerful touchstone that lets units do extraordinary things. Things that these units, your units, have been a part of since the beginning. These streamers forged into your guidons after decades of distinguished and decorated service to your state and every domestic operation this state is called upon you to support, and to the Army in every major combat operation in the history of our Army since before World War I, from the Pacific and Europe to the Middle East. You, the soldiers of this Army, this Guard, have always been there. And you continue to travel down that hallowed trail every day while remembering our soldiers who gave the ultimate sacrifice for state and nation. Dozens of soldiers like Sergeant Major Kenneth Brown in World War I, with the Red Legs, 2 of the 146 Artillery, gave his life for his country in 1918 at the Battle of Meuse-Argonne, one of the toughest fights in the history of our Army, while many of his brothers and sisters were back home fighting the pandemic of their generation. You were there. Hundreds of soldiers, like Technician 4 Laverne Parrish in World War II, from the Highlanders of 1 of the 161, gave his life for his country and was awarded the Medal of Honor for saving the lives of dozens of his fellow soldiers in the fierce combat at Luzon. You were there. The force and example of these long ago missions still runs like a raging current through the history and honor of the formations you stand in today. But let us never forget the soldiers from our ranks who gave everything when our Army was called to war after the attacks on September 11th. This ground we stand on, this training center, stands as a stark reminder to all of us. That road, part of which we ran on today, was a road traveled by our soldiers. They went up it to train, to make themselves ready for combat. And in the end, many gave everything for us, their generation, and their nation. Baratieri, Bowders, Bogar, Campbell, Carter, Fisek, Johnson, Leach, Locklear, McAdams, McCaffrey, McClintock, McCune, McGill, Montgomery, Ottolini, Schmunk, Shaver, Shepard, Spencer, Stone, Tran, Tyson, Unger, Vanderhorn, Watkins. These names are etched into the bedrock of the formations you stand in right now. We honor them and all of our fallen by continuing the fight, training ourselves to be soldier first, and ensuring that our guard is strong enough to meet the challenges that lie ahead. We do that by being committed to the Big Six. Soldier first. Toughness, standards, and values. Regardless of your branch, assignment, or duty position, we are soldiers. We have to always be ready and tough enough to close with the enemy and win. Soldier-centric, understanding how our decisions and our actions affect our soldiers, your families, and your employers. Brilliance in the basics. Leader development, trusting and empowering every leader at every echelon. Disciplined initiative with an intent, so that as we move forward together, we can build mutual trust and shared understanding. And building winning units. We're soldiers. All of you are proud to serve. These are the Big Six. They complement the Army values and bind us all together in the fight ahead. On behalf of Rainier 7, Rainier 9, and I, we thank you for making this commitment today. I thank you for making the sacrifice to take time away from your families and other endeavors to join here together in this critical and honorable profession of arms. Your state, your nation, your brothers and sisters here need you now more than ever to continue answering the call to service. I am so proud of all of you. And I am so honored to stand alongside of each of you in this historic organization as we continue to serve this great state and the greatest nation ever formed. Godspeed, soldiers. Soldier first. Army. Hut, tat, hut. Commanders, take charge of your units and get these soldiers fed.